Yep, fair enough. I do that too because I'm a bus driver as well.
Okay.
Back in Illinois.
Yeah, I understand. There was so much room for us to pull up.
Mm-hmm.
Had to get the opportunity to pull up or something.
Yep.
I still got 3 minutes left.
Yep.
Yeah. It's surprising how many miles we put on these things.
Yeah, don't you put over 200,000 something a year on these?
Some of them. Some of them they rotate more than others. So.
See, I know that because one bus driver many years ago told me that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do that. I've seen them roll over.
Yeah. I just wish the Magical Express was still a brand because Mears took that branding down. And some of their drivers, they were nice enough to let me pull the parking brake. So yeah, I miss riding those buses.
Yeah, I had a lady ask me this kind of, I guess she's never been on any of our buses, just the Disney property buses, because she's like, do I put my bag, my stroller underneath? I'm like, no, it's not going to be a good idea. I have nowhere to put that.
Got it.
She's thinking one of those buses, one of the coach buses. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
not those buses. She's like, well, Disney does have some of those. I was like, no, they're contractors. They're not ours. They're not us.
Yep.
I said, all of our buses are the articulating or these 40-foot Gillig. We don't have
See,
the old Novas. That's all we have. We don't have those.
See, even I knew that prior to them removing the Magical Express branding. I'm wondering if that's why they removed it. There's a confusion between the transport buses and the airport coaches.
Could be. I've only been here a year and a half. So.
Oh, okay.
This is my retirement job.
Oh, okay. So that's how long you've been driving a bus?
Yeah, I came here in May 23.
Okay. Well, I started driving buses as a school bus driver in November of 2021 for, God forbid, first student. And I quit that job last year. It just got so awful. They developed a vendetta, and I was like, I had enough. Yep.
Find something else.
Yep, found a new company with actually luxurious buses and bosses that treat me like family. And they've turned to me for help. Like one driver tried to help one driver. He needed to do a regen on his J4500 with a Detroit. See, I was giving him the instructions, but the funny thing was his bus wasn't even running, and when he tried to start it, his batteries were dead. So then I had to call my boss back and say, well, here's the thing, he can't even get his bus running.
You gotta get him some batteries before we can do anything.
Yeah, our shop manager had to go out and change the batteries and do a forced regen. Because he was already at the stop engine light, which at that point, forced regen switch on the bus is probably not going to do anything for you.
I had a bus one night, stop engine light came on, and before I could even react to turn the bus off, it shut itself down. I was like, oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, it said it had no coolant. It had plenty of coolant. It was full of coolant.
I've dealt with that before, June of last year.
Yeah, something was going on with the sensors on it. And the garage came out, they have a mobile unit over here, and they had me, they reset it so I could get it off the road, to get it out of the park. And then I took it over to the main garage, and they had to reset it like 4 or 5 times for me to get there, and kept shutting itself off.
Wow.
And got over there, and they switched out all the sensors on it. Anyway, they gave me another bus. They're like, it'll be a while. We're not going to get this thing fixed right away.
Oh yeah.
But then I had a bus one night, shut off over here in Magic, and I'm like, trying to restart it. It's steady turning over. Out of fuel.
Out of diesel.
The old buses don't have a fuel gauge. They have to rely on the garage. Every night they send them over there. They go by the mileage and they know when it's time to refuel them.
Okay.
Somebody slipped.
Back then, your only warning was on that panel.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Somebody dropped the ball and that bus ran. And that was when I was getting ready to bump out. Another driver was relieving me. So he walks up and he's like, "What's up?" I was like, "Well, apparently you're going to be here for a while, so you got nothing to do but wait for diesel to get here and put some diesel in this."
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Got to go to the nearest truck stop with a jerry can, fill that thing to the brim.
Yeah, you got it. Right here where the FIW is, it's called Fuel Inspect and Wash. It's right over there.
Oh, cool.
And there's they got the diesel pumps and all that.
All right.
Yeah, if you look, you'll see there's buses parked behind there that they're either using for training or they're doing some repairs.
Cool.
But then we got another shop that's more intensive. If stuff's got to be done that's heavy stuff they can't take care of, we got to take it over to the garage.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've never taken a tour of the bus barn here.
Yeah, it's right over there is one of them.
Now I know it's near Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. It's called Fuel Inspect and Wash, FIW.
Yes.
It's right over there behind that speedway.
Well, that's a better abbreviation than FUBAR. Oh, I guess I can't say that. We're in Disney World.
Yeah, and sometimes I run into some FUBARs.
Yeah. But yeah, I had a bus last year in June, and it had the same coolant problem. All the coolant leaked out, and dispatch wanted me to drive it back. I took a wrong turn, got on I-294, which is a highway in Illinois. They wanted me to then get off at the nearest exit, which I didn't make it, and I was stuck on the shoulder. And it was very hot, too. So it was so bad I had to call 911. Yeah,
For one of your guests, for one of the passengers?
Nope, I had nobody but myself on the bus. I myself didn't want to have a medical emergency. So I called 911 because it's not safe to be on a dangerous highway anywhere stopped.
By yourself.
Yeah, at least I knew to pull over to the shoulder, but then there's also the potential of having a medical emergency because it's getting hotter and hotter.
And there's nowhere to go.
So it's
No shade. There's no shade here.
so it's much safer if you have an emergency vehicle behind you when you break down on the highway. So that's why I always tell people, if you break down on the highway, call 911 because it's not safe.
Yeah, you just get somebody out there with some flashers that can keep the traffic. Well, by law, though, if you've got your four-ways on, they're supposed to go over another lane, no matter what your vehicle is.
Yes.
But, no.
But some people like to drive too fast and they don't pay attention and then they rear end you.
And they don't care to move over. So.
Yeah. And then you just got into a 1050. Granted, not one that's your fault, but still, it's a 1050.
It's called Signal 4. Signal 4 is an accident. Doesn't matter if it's, what we did. We run into something, a barrier, or we do some damage to the bus, even if another vehicle's not involved, it's a Signal 4.
Okay.
And so we don't gross people out. We call, if someone's sick, gets sick on our bus, it's a code V. Code V for
Gotcha.
If you ever see a bus over on that far, like right underneath the monorail, if it's in that loop with its four ways on, yeah, it's over there for that.
Okay.
The other night they didn't tell me that I had to break a driver, and they didn't tell me that he had a code B. So I'm looking all over for the bus. I walk all up and down every aisle, you know, I'm like, where's my bus? Because he was supposed to be in a certain load zone over there. So I'm like, okay, what the heck? So I went in there in the booth to the dispatcher, and I'm like, hey, where's bus so-and-so? I forgot the number now. Like, it's on the second loop. I walk out there, and I'm looking around. I go back to the booth, and I'm like, nope, it's not there. I said, it's not the third loop either. They're like, oh, it's in 3, 4, 5, which is this lane right there. Where there's kind of where that red pole straight back. That's 1 through 5. So I'm over there looking. I'm like, no, there's no bus there. So I look over underneath the monorail there. And I look, there's my bus. So my driver, the guy over there, he's like, where have you been? It's like 20 minutes late getting to you.
Wow.
Like, where have you been? I said, well, you might want to ask the dispatcher that you should have said you had a code B. He said, I did. I told him I had a code B. I said, well, they didn't know because they're telling me to go everywhere but where you were. He's like, oh, well, I got enough time before I got to clock out. It's okay.
Yep, and then there's code T for tornado.
That must be if you're out on the highway.
Yep. Well, I know Disney World has had a handful of tornado warnings over the last 10, 15 years.
I've never had to use it.
Okay. All right.
So I would say if I'm going to be here a year and a half or so, I've not had to use all the codes, just the code B.
Well, I guess the fewer you have to use, the better.
You got that right. No doubt. You don't like to have to use them. But it happens. Most of the time it's the kids. You know, they eat all that sugar and then they get hot.
And they get a
And there it goes.
sugar rush.
And then it's, that heat gets them is what it is. That heat gets them every time. Yeah, I don't see too many of those happening when it's cool. It's winter or when it's fall, but this summer definitely. One thing about this time of day, you're dropping people up. You're not usually picking too many up from the park.
Right.
It's too early. They're not coming back.
Oh yeah, way too early for that.
But now it's getting to where they want to go back for like lunch or something.
Okay. And this is a 2024. I just looked at the plaque.
Yep, it is. It's a brand new bus. Anything that's 50 to 90, 90, I think 50 to 90 or more or higher is a new bus.
All right, we're going to test the lamps on these on this telltale panel here.
Oh yeah, it should do that for you.
Cool. All right, thank you.
Yeah.